Okay, today is June 26th, and I'm basically here because I'd like to videotape the receipt of this letter, which I received on 6/24 Tuesday from St. Mary's. Now, mind you, this is the St. Mary's that repeatedly sent me, their risk management approach by trying to trap me into their secured server at St. Mary's, when I repeatedly wrote back and said, no, send me a normal email, I'd like to keep the documented trail, etc., etc. Of course, I was just sent back the same BS thing, because let me teach you a secret. Patient relations is not there for the patients. Patient advocacy is not there for, the patients. It's an illusion. These are all, under risk management. Not the correct form of risk management where, excuse me, oh, here's a risk, that we took. We're going to acknowledge that it was incorrect. We're going to make the corrections. We're going to compensate you for it. We're going to do everything for the original purpose of risk management. Risk management has been subverted on its heels. Risk management nowadays is the simple process of denying everything, deflecting everything. Oh no, scorched earth, we're going to take you to the ground, and we're not even going to admit anything, even if we've been proven guilty, so that there won't be precedent, there won't be this, there won't be that, and we can continue to screw everyone else down the road. You must realize that risk management is the total antithesis of patient advocacy. But when you can live in illusion land, I guess another illusion would be, that this is God's hospital, because apparently, if it was God's hospital, what's the problem with the truth? What's the problem with me coming in and videotaping, me giving a complaint? Everything of it stinks to high heaven, but that's quite all right. Let me go ahead and show you the letter, and then you can read my response in the description here at the YouTube video. Okay. 6/20, dear Mr. Garza, I am sending you this communication via certified mail, as I understand you have not received my previous secure emails. Now remember, intelligence fiction, this is very, very important, to write things that are not the whole truth, to give a false impression what is not true. I received those secure emails. That's why I wrote her back and said, no, I don't want to do it this way. Please send it to me, in the regular email system. So this first statement, my, how is it the whole truth? We take our patients' privacy very seriously. In order to protect sensitive patient information, it is our business practice to send electronic communications via secure email. Well, there is what was exposed. I'm sorry to hear that this practice has made correspondence difficult for you, and hope that sending this letter via certified mail will make things easier. What was so difficult about, continuing via regular email, having me come in and file my complaint in public? Oh, the illusions continue at God's hospital. I would like to address both your requests for a meeting and agency contact information. In your second paragraph, in your prior emails, you indicate that your intent to videotape our interaction, claiming the ADA allows you to videotape interactions as a programmatic access accommodation for your disability. For your protection, once again, for my protection, the victim, the people who have never done anything correctly for what I wanted are now telling me, per my protection. Boy, that really takes some gall. Let's see. For your protection, our conversation will be a confidential one, and I do not give my permission to record the conversation. Excuse me. First of all, it's not confidential. I don't need her permission. If she's going to give me any grief, under ADA, I'm allowed Title II programmatic access, and if there's any problem, let's do it in a public area, because this is a public hospital. I, as a member of the public, was denied, and I, as a member of the public, I'm going to make sure that this is faced in the public so that it can get fixed for the public. All right, let's continue. As you may know, although ADA's programmatic access accommodation is intended to allow all individuals to benefit from services offered to the public, it does not confer upon disabled individuals a blanket right to videotape interactions. Incorrect. Your disability If your disability requires programmatic access accommodation, I will do my best to make an assistive listening device or other auxiliary aid as appropriate available during our meeting. Well, what meeting is this? Still haven't been able to get it. Oh, and by the way, that's only half the pie there. You know, these things here, assistive listening devices, other auxiliary, is what I'm already entitled to without the programmatic access. The programmatic access is a step above and beyond to allow you to get in and to access the program. Learn what, you know, it means. All right. If this is agreeable, well, we already know it's not. Please let me know and we can find a time to meet. Well, it's not. I would like to have a time to meet, you know, and I would like to continue. If you refuse to agree to these terms, if I refuse to agree to these terms, excuse me, who's here to help who? You know, who's providing the service? Who's the member of the public? If I refuse these terms, no. It's a very lovely spin. They've been refusing my correct terms. But when you can spin reality, when you can blame the victim, you know, oh, isn't it a wonderful world we live in, especially with patient relations. Let me say it again, with patient relations. Let me say it for the third time, with patient relations from God's hospital. Please, please, be as I am. Just nothing but total despair. Let's see, if you refuse to agree to these terms, I recommend that you utilize either or both of the alternative options to file a complaint. You can write an email to me which describes the nature of your complaint. Really? Or you can write a letter and address it to St. Mary's. Attention, yada yada yada. Okay, regardless of the manner of a complaint, is filed with our hospital process for investigation and providing a written response within 30 days remains the same. Well, you know, I would love to have had a 30-day response from when I went in and tried to file the complaint originally, but you know, we can write anything. Doesn't mean it's the truth. Okay, so then she goes on and sends me the agencies to file a complaint with. And on page 2, you know, sends me, you know, the joint accredited, the JACO Commission. And then sends me, I'm sorry, on page 1, licensing and certification, which I'm about to contact. And then over here, quality improvement for Medicare. Quality improvement for Medicare. I can certainly tell you about that. I have paperwork for quality management for, you know, Medicare, HHS, and everything else from Washington, D.C. We can continue with all of this. In addition, I am providing you with a facility compliance liaison who is the point of contact on ADA. Well, you know, I haven't spoken to Miss Jones, but I will wait till I hear back from Miss Abate. And if I need to go to Miss Jones and speak to her about, you know, my programmatic access under Title II of ADA, we can question to her as to her expertise in ADA and everything else. So here's the games, here's the illusion, and here's the continuation. Keep watching the videos as you will learn, you know, none of this is about doing anything right. It's all about risk management. Isn't it a wonderful, wonderful, hideous, you know, ungodly world that we live in, and naturally, you know, an ungodly hospital that I had the unfortunate experience of going to seeking emergency services. But, you know, when we can continue to do this and not be accountable, well, what else is new? Keep watching the videos, learn the games, watch the inhumanity. Oh, and mind you, let's see when I get called in to file my complaint and videotape the receipt of it, as I specifically asked for, you know, as a disabled person under Title II of ADA, programmatic access because of my disability. Shall we see? Let the games continue.